Hey, what is going on guys? This is Tharshey and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be playing a brand new mobile game called Lord of the Rings Rise to War. So it's basically kind of like, I guess you would say, a mix between Game of Thrones Conquest and games like Rise of Kingdoms, Lords Mobile, etc. Though I haven't actually played Lords Mobile or Rise of Kingdoms, though I have played Game of Thrones Conquest. And while Game of Thrones Conquest is a pretty, wallet intensive game, aka if you spend money you get ahead, this game has surprised me by not really being like that. For one, even if you spend money on this game, like even if you dump your entire wallet into this game, the most you can get out of it is a bunch of gems, better gear, and good heroes, but you can't actually speed up your progression that much. I mean, obviously you can a bit, but no matter what, even if you try your hardest, you're still going to get capped by resources, because the only way you can get resources is by capturing and owning tiles, and then you have your resource production per an hour, and that caps. There's no way to like buy resources from the store or anything like that. So because of that, even if you spend a ton of money, you're still going to get capped due to your resources. You're not going to have enough resources to just go and build whatever you want. And another thing is, you can't speed train troops. So I know in Game of Thrones Conquest, people are used to just printing troops. So when a troop training event comes along, they buy a bunch of packs, and an hour later they have like plus 20 million power or something. In this game, there is no way to speed train your troops. Your troops, if they're going to take 10 hours to train, they're going to take that 10 hours to train. There's no way to increase the speed at which they train. So because of that, it's definitely very good, and I definitely like those aspects of the game, as it means that even free-to-play players can compete really, really well. So anyway, I'm in Kingdom, I believe it is 319. 139, sorry, what am I saying? Yeah, I'm in server 139, and I'm in the LOTR faction. So it's a special server, which basically means there's just a whole bunch more factions. So let's just zoom out. This is the map. So as you can see, we have Linden over here on the left, then we have the Kingdom of Arnor, then up at the top we have Angmar, over on the right side we have Erebor, then below them we have Rune. Right down at the bottom right of the map we have Mordor. Over to their left we have Gondor. Above Gondor we have Rohan. Next to Rohan we have Isengard. And then obviously in the middle of the map, kind of surrounded by everyone, we have Lothlorien. So my faction is Lothlorien, and yeah. So yeah, that is the map, and as you can see, you can probably see all these circles on the map. That's because unlike games like Game of Thrones Conquest, where you can just teleport around, like you just buy teleports and then you teleport around the entire map wherever you want, this game you can't do that. There is a relocate feature to relocate your keep, but you can't just like, go from this side of the map all the way over here or something. You can only move within your circles of influence, and to expand that you build a fort, and the fort increases the circle of influence. So it's a pretty, I kind of wish I could just teleport over. Like currently one of my friends in my fellowship is actually fighting, I believe, in central Mirkwood against the dwarves, and he needs help, and now I'm having to build a line of forts over to him to actually get there to help him instead of just teleporting there. Anyway, but yeah, so this is Lord of the Rings Rise to War. I've been enjoying this game quite a lot, and so for today's video we're just going to be playing a bit and just showing you off some stuff. So yeah. Right now, I have my one commander, Eowyn, busy mock battling. Mock battling just allows you to increase your XP gain. And I'm probably going to actually do a video on how to like mass level your commanders and stuff, because I have some really cool tips and tricks. Like right now, my commanders are leveling up 15% faster than like the other factions can. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me just go over to my commander tab. So I have Eowyn, I have Faramir, I have Ori, I have Gimli, and I have Haldir. And you can also, if you go to the store, actually let me show you guys the store quickly, okay? So here's the store. You can buy for 17 Rand, which is basically $1 for you Americans. You can buy 200 gems and you can get Aragorn. You can also buy the season pass, but the season pass basically just gives you Matham tokens, which you use to unlock chests. So these are your chests that you have, and you use Matham tokens to unlock them. So yeah, that's what the season pass gives you. Just gems, Matham tokens, and better equipment and stuff. You have your daily stuff. These are just like resource boosts, so they produce more resources quicker. But it's like, I think it's like a 20% boost or 50% boost or something. Nah, I think it's 20% boost for half an hour. So it's not that like OP. There's these gift packs which basically give you Matham medals, which is just for opening more chests and getting more commanders and stuff. Construction queue, just gems and a third construction slot, monthly packs, and yeah, gems. So as you can see, there's no way to like just mass buy resources or anything like that, which is once again something I definitely like. Resource wise, we have 4 different types of resources. There's wood, stone, iron, and food. And yeah, so as you can see, my land produces each one. So I produce 34,320 wood per an hour. I produce 23k stone, 27k iron, and 30k food. But as you can see, my total production, for example, for wood is 45k. That's because my structures that I have built in my base, so I have like a lumber yard, I guess you would say, that also helps by producing 8,400. And my fellowship bonus, I get 2,600. So that's also pretty good. Like if you're a smaller player and you do join a decent fellowship, so you can actually get resources from your fellowship. Because certain land tiles, like this big one over here, so this is a 200 power tile, and it gives me plus 1,000 iron production an hour, and it also gives my fellowship plus 200 iron production an hour. So every single person in my fellowship gets plus 200 iron an hour because of me owning that tile. So if we go to fellowship and we go to buffs, right now our fellowship gets, these are the stuff they get 2,600 wood an hour, 1,000 stone, 1,200 iron, and 2,000 food an hour. And that's just because of Ethiel and me owning 200 land tiles. I don't think anyone else has them yet, but they're gonna catch up soon. So yeah. Then there's a fellowship store, obviously, which is basically if people are building stuff. So like right now, Dragon is building level 5 Rohirrim quarters. So you just click help. It doesn't cost you anything. It just helps speed up his build, and it gives me some of these tokens, these fellowship tokens that I can now use to buy something from the fellowship store. So then you have fortresses, which is basically just like a fort that your entire fellowship can use. If we look at the members in my fellowship, so as you can see, I'm at 24,000 power production, Ethiel's at 29, and then yeah, the rest of my fellowship just varies basically. And if we go over here to ranking, so just remember, I am completely free to play, okay? I haven't spent a cent on this game. I have not opened my wallet, I haven't bought anything, I haven't even bought that starter pack with Aragorn and the 200 gems, which is actually a pretty good pack to get. I mean, it's literally $1 and you get a pretty good commander and you get some gems. But without buying anything, I am number 27 in the entire server. So when it comes to my personal ring power, personal ring level, sorry. I am level 68. Like my ring level is level 68. And that's the 27th best in this entire server. And that's with me being free to play. So like this, like in Game of Thrones Conquest, for example, if you free to play, you're not gonna compete. You're gonna be like keep 15 or something, and you're gonna have a keep 30 there who just spent like $1,000 on his account or something. So yeah, but this game, being completely free to play, I'm still in the top 30 best players in the server. Personal ring power production, I'm 71, but I was in the top like 20 for quite a while, but now my progress has slowed down a lot just because of these 200 power tiles taking me a while to actually be able to take. But yeah, so I'm number 71 there. And my fellowship, so basically fellowships, let me just explain this to you guys. Fellowships basically work like clans or alliances do in Game of Thrones Conquest. So you have factions. Faction is what faction you are, like Gondor, Arnor, Lothlorien, Lindon, Angmar, Rune, Isengard, etc. That's factions, and each faction is made up of different fellowships, so like different alliances. So like in my faction, the strongest fellowship in Lothlorien is House of Blues, and the second strongest Lothlorien fellowship is actually mine. So if you see here, number 1 overall in the entire server, the strongest fellowship in this entire server is from Lothlorien, and that is House of Blues. Then we have a couple other fellowships, and then at number 10 you have my fellowship. So my fellowship is, as you can see, there's no other Lothlorien fellowships above us besides House of Blues. So my fellowship is actually the second strongest Lothlorien fellowship in the entire server, and we only have 45 we only have like 40 members or 45 members out of our total of 100 members that we can have. So if we have a full 100 members, we will push up quite a lot on this thing. Anyway, this is your ring. So you can actually design your own ring when you start. This is the design I went for, gold with rubies and stuff, because my favorite color is red, so why not? I really like how this ring looks. And yeah, then you have your ring. So your ring gives you different boosts and stuff. For example, I get 10% commander focus damage, I get 10% physical damage, I have 5% commander XP gain, and 10% commander speed, etc. And you can level up your ring by getting ring power, and you get ring power from owning land. So yeah, owning land is like a pretty important factor to this game. But okay, so besides that, let's just go through everything quickly. So I showed you my commanders, and then this is their gear they have. The 100, like you'll see 100 in like a green circle, that just means that the commanders have been using that gear for a while and are familiar with it. This is my commander skill tree. Let me just upgrade this. And Faramir, what can I upgrade here? I don't really want to upgrade anything actually. I'm just gonna wait a bit on him before I upgrade him. But yeah, so these are my commanders. They each have the gear. So if you go to items, you can see all the gear I have here. And I could, ooh, what is this? Okay, that's a broadhand axe. I don't want to really change anyone's gear yet, but yeah. So that's the gear I have. These are the items you use to give to your commanders to gain their respect. Gaining respect is like how you recruit new commanders. So if you go to the tavern, you have the Red Book of Westmarch, which is kind of like historical battles. You have tips, which are a pretty good way of gaining XP and just gaining this and that. And then you can recruit your commanders, yeah, from the map. So, for example, let me just show you with Faramir. So if I want to, I can give him 2 of this. This gives him 80 respect for me, so this increases his respect for me, and then increases his level. So there we go, plus 60. We got him to level 1 respect, and that gives me an extra skill point and also allows me to upgrade him more. So that is pretty cool. So that's how your commanders work. Yeah, so that's commanders. You have your chest, you have your fellowship, you have your items, and then combat is like combat is stat based as well, I would say. So it's very similar to Game of Thrones Conquest. Like you can send a march, for example. Like I could send a march to a tile to attack it. So one of my generals with an army, and then they'll fight and they'll come. Actually, let me show you. Hold on, let me show you guys battle. So okay, let's just play this one. So this is Haldir versus. This is when I was attacking a 200 power tile. So yeah, as you can see in the top right, you'll see like all the different stuff that my hero is activating, and bonuses and all that. And then I'm just going to, so there we go. I'm just gonna speed this up to ×3 though, because it can go for rather long. And we're just crushing them right now because we already weakened them a lot with my previous 2 armies that attacked. Haldir just came and cleaned up basically. They only have like 40 Olog High and Mountain Trolls left. So yeah, we just gonna win this pretty soon. But yeah, so this is what the combat thing does look like. You don't actually do anything, you just have to let the rounds play out. I'm not sure exactly how it works, like I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it's definitely very stat based. Anyway, let's go back. So yeah, that is this. Yeah, this is Lord of the Rings Rise to War, and it plays out a lot like Game of Thrones Conquest, but not as pay to win. Like I'm very happy with that aspect, especially of the game. I know I've said it before and I'll say it again, but the fact that this game is just not like super pay to win. I mean, you can't, like, doesn't matter how much you pay, you're not gonna be able to, you're still gonna get capped by the fact you can't print troops with gold or anything. You have to wait for your troops to get made, as well as your resources will cap you. Like even if you buy 500,000 gems, if you don't have the resources to build or speed anything up, you can't do anything. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And let's just go into the map and show you some of the fortresses. Fortresses look really cool. Let's go to Karis Galadhon. And there we go. This is like the central this is like our faction center of power basically. So as you can see, it looks really amazing. And let's go over to, what else do we own? We own Rivendell. Let's go to Rivendell. There's Rivendell. Really beautiful looking elvish city over there. And now let's go back to my keep. So if I click on this and go enter, you can see a close up. The apothecary is basically just like my hospital tents. Gold levy, you just levy every 2 hours you get another levy, and then you can increase the amount of gold you levy by upgrading your buildings, and that's just used for upgrading forts, placing forts, as well as upgrading your troops. So like, yeah, then this is your build menu. So your main stuff, then your elvish like troops, your Rohirrim, your men, and your dwarven stuff. Barracks, yeah, my troops are busy training. My bow knights are gonna take another like 8.5 hours to train, and I can't speed it up. So even if I go and buy gems, if I buy the entire start, there's nothing I can do to speed that up. So it allows me not to like, get too far ahead. You do have a market where they give you like these daily specials, but it's not really that much. And besides that, if you go to barter, so this is where you can actually exchange resources, which is pretty good. So if you have like an absolute ton of one, for example, I have 820,000 stone. If you look at my food, my iron, and my wood, I have way less of those. So if let's say I really need like some extra food, I can exchange some of my stone for that. Though the exchange rate, you start off at like 10-4, I believe, but then you can upgrade your market in your building menu so that it upgrades your exchange rate. So now from 10-4, now my exchange rate has gone up to 10-7. So but if I need to, like if I'm not using my stone, I could easily trade like 640,000 stone for like 450,000 food if I want. Though I prefer not to do that. I'd rather just wait. Though if I'm in a pinch and I really need some resources quick, I may go to market to trade. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, please do drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm really enjoying this game, guys, and if you guys are enjoying it as well, then great. If you guys haven't even heard of this game, well, hopefully now that you have, you'll come and check it out. If you're a Game of Thrones Conquest player, and I know a lot of my subscribers are from Game of Thrones Conquest because I've done a ton of videos on that. I haven't quit the game, I still play it and stuff. It's just that I don't spend, and therefore I've fallen far behind everyone else there. But yeah, if you're a Game of Thrones Conquest player and you're looking for a game that's pretty similar, has really good game mechanics, and isn't like pay to win, then this is definitely a good game to play. And if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, well, that's just 100 times better, because if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you're gonna enjoy this so much more than if you aren't. If you aren't, you could still get into Lord of the Rings, I mean, who doesn't like it? I mean, it's an amazing movie series, amazing books. Games are all incredible as well. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you did enjoy this, please do drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on those post notifications. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, let me know if you want me to make more Lord of the Rings Rise to War videos. If you want me to maybe do some guides and stuff like I used to do for Game of Thrones Conquest, just let me know down below in the comments section.